I'm wondering if you've ever had this happen to you. Maybe you've been working with a file, editing a podcast episode or something, and you've realized that you need something to change in the base file. So you've got a bunch of edits that you don't want to lose, but you need to fix something on at least one of the tracks. In the past, maybe you've thought that you have to scrap all of that and start over. Well, if you're using Hindenburg and some other software as well, but if you're using Hindenburg for sure, there's actually a really quick and easy way to fix this. I'm Brian Etzminger. I'm a podcaster and a podcast editor. I want to see you be successful with your podcast, and one of the ways that I want to do that is by helping you not have to do extra work when you're editing your show. This question actually came in today. Somebody was working with a different piece of software and realized as he was going on that as he got further into the edit that there was something wrong that had to be fixed, but because of the software that he was using, he wasn't able to quickly and easily do that without losing the edits that he had previously made. In Hindenburg, this is actually pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that in just a second. But basically, all we're going to do is take the file that, because it's a non-destructive editor, it's not actually editing the raw audio. So we're going to take that file that we were working on and we're going to replace it with a different file in the software so that we don't lose any of the work that we've done because it'll retain all of the edits. So in front of me, I have a session that I was working on earlier today. Let me zoom back out. It's actually 4 tracks, but I've only got 1 track here just for simplicity. And this is actually a recording that was made on a webcam. So as you can see right here, looking at this, there's a good bit of background noise here. Now, before I started editing, I did go ahead and clean a bunch of that up. But for the purposes of this, just for the demonstration, I wanted to show you what that would look like if I needed to swap the files out. So really simple way to do this. I just select one of the regions that's referencing the file that I want to replace. If you've got multiple files across the same track, this could get confusing, but everything on this track is all one file. I'm just going to right click on that. I'm going to slide down to the properties menu in the pop-up. And you'll see here that we have some basic information about the file in question. So this is what it's called. This is where the file lives. This is actually the full path of the original file, some other details. Thing is, I can really easily swap out the file by hitting these 3 little dots. It will automatically open the session folder. And then I just slide down to the one that I want to replace it with. This is the one that's been cleaned up. I used Isotope's RX7 to clean that up. And let me move these out of the way so that you can see. I'm going to just hit OK, and you'll see that the noise floor here is going to change. So the noise went down, but I've still got a good bit of the signal. I'm going to hit OK, and that's what I did. The thing is, when I did that, it replaced that file for all of these little edit points all throughout the whole thing without losing any of the edits. So if you ever find yourself in this situation, it's really that simple. Just right-click, select Properties, then the little 3 dots, replace it with the new file, and you have made that change. If you have any questions about how to do this kind of thing, or you have other questions about Hindenburg or podcast editing, I'd love to hear from you. Hit me up. I'm at toptieraudio.com. That's where you can connect with me. I've also got links to social profiles and all of that stuff right there. So toptieraudio.com. I'd love to help you make sure that you're doing a great job with your podcast editing and maybe do it a little bit faster and easier. And if you'd like this video, if you thought it was valuable, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up and maybe share it with somebody that you think would benefit from this. Thanks so much for watching. Now go out there and make a great podcast.